Hey YouTube, how we doing? It's your boy Hollywood Haas back again from this long hiatus. Not too long, it's about 4 months. I did say I was having a baby. She's here, she's lovely, adorable. She stinks sometimes, but we're not here for that. Today we're here to talk about my favorite drummer and the influence he had on my drumming, Dennis Chambers. Yep, we all know Dennis. We all know Dennis. And if you don't, stick around. I'm going to give you a little bit about him. And then after this, I actually have a presentation of the In the Pocket DVD and me playing to it. So with that being said, Dennis Chambers changed the way I looked at drums completely. When I was a kid, all I knew was jazz, brass band music, and Haitian compa music. It wasn't until I was 14 in 2005 where I gone on YouTube back then when there wasn't any ads and watched the In the Pocket instructional DVD. Oh my goodness. When I tell you the amount of times I replayed that, it's like the computer might have blown up or crashed or something like that. But I definitely sought out the instructional DVD and found that it had a PDF with it. And in that PDF or book was the notation for everything he did in that DVD. When I tell you I couldn't believe it, because now my eyes are open. I can literally play exactly what he's playing. Not like how he's playing because it's Dennis Chambers, but play. So wait a second, you're telling me there's a way I can play complex music, not have to too much memorize it, but read it down with the band and play in the pocket? Oh, that's when I knew I wanted to be a professional drummer, because Dennis also had the ability to play different styles of music effortlessly. I mean, he could play jazz, he could play rock, he could play fusion, he can play progressive music. I'm pretty sure he could have played country if he wanted to. Of course, the name of the DVD was called In the Pocket, but to some people, it wouldn't seem like In the Pocket kind of playing because it kind of seems all over the place. There's some fills here and there, like a pocket drummer is not supposed to do. But no, I learned then that there were many types of pockets when you're playing the drums. There's a pocket in blues, there's a pocket in gospel, there's a pocket in country, there's a pocket in rock, there's a pocket in fusion, and whatever genre you can think of, there's a pocket there, particular to that genre of music. Then came the really big drum solo that only happened in the 80s, which I loved because that was the first time I could see a drummer being showcased in the band or whatever. And wow, the drummer does get some, and they get a lot of love, right? Giggity, giggity. Like, I mean, the ability to play this one groove into another groove and then play double bass and then do a lot of things that are almost risk factors and taking that risk and making it sound exciting. I loved everything about that type of drumming, and I said, this is something I am gonna take on and learn. When I started playing at other churches, I noticed that these churches, for some reason, all had Pearl export drum sets. And if I had to guess, whoever at that church told them to buy the drums was most likely influenced by Dennis Chambers, because there's no way. Like the fast chops, no. One of the things that I was really captivated by in Dennis Chambers was his versatility. To see him play P-Funk, to see him play John Scofields, to see him play with Steely Dan, to see him play with Santana, how much more versatile could you get? And that changed the game for me when I knew that you didn't have to be in a box as a drummer back then, or when you were younger. You can learn all of these styles of music and still be great. And that's what led me to follow Dennis Chambers. Lastly, Dennis Chambers' swag. I really wish I grew up in that era, the 80s, the synth, the first coming of electric drums, Alesis, Simmons. Oh, just a great time. Big hair, right? Jerry curls. It was a time. Unfortunately, I missed that because I was born in 1991. But that did not change the fact that Dennis Chambers shaped the way I played the drums, because what? All right, guys. Well, that's all for this talking portion of the video. If Dennis Chambers has influenced you, put it down in the comments, share with the community. Let's talk about it. I may do a part 2 on Dennis Chambers, but I might just do another drummer from that same era. So just be ready for that. And shout out to Dennis Chambers. You really are a drum hero for me. So like, share, subscribe to the channel. You know, the channel's growing.